Hello dear students. So in the last class we have seen how to use graphical method for solving the problem. Now we will move on to example 4.7, which is again a graphical method. Find the graphs of the solution u of xi ti for ti equal to I. Ti is defined to be I, where I from 1 and 4. I takes the value 1 and 4 for the problem utt minus uxx equal to 0. U at x0 equal to f of x equal to 0. So here f of x is 0 and g of x is given to be 0 for x less than 0, 1 for x greater than or equal to 0. So as we did in the last problem, we have to do in the same way. First we will write the D'Alembert solution. This is the D'Alembert solution. Put the values of f and g. So here f is 0, so this part vanishes. Also we see that c is 1 here. Then we have only g of s. G of s is of this form. For x less than 0 negative, it takes the value 0. For positive, it is 1. So we have u of xt equal to half of x minus t to x plus t g of s ds. Now we can see that g is a function which takes the value 0, otherwise it's 1. So it is again not a smooth function, and the point at which it has singularity is the 0. So we have to split this function at 0. So this integral can be written as integral x minus t to 0 plus integral 0 to x plus t g of s ds. So this is a graph of g of x. It is 0 here, then it takes the value 1 here. So we can see that it is a piecewise linear function. It is linear at this part, then linear at this part. Okay. Now we have to evaluate these integrals and substitute here in each case. Now you can see what is integral x minus t to 0 g of s ds. Now we know that g of s takes the value 0 if x is negative and 1 if x is positive. But what is x minus t? We don't know. So we have two cases here. X minus t can be less than 0 or it can be positive. If x minus t is positive, it is greater than 0. Okay, then it will take the value 1. If x minus t is negative, it is less than 0, then g will take the value 0. Case 2, if x minus t is positive. If x minus t is positive, we can write integral x minus t to 0 as minus integral 0 to x minus t. And here, since x minus t is positive, the value of g is 1. So when you integrate here, you will get minus of x minus t. So it means that integral x minus t to 0 g of s ds takes two value, either 0 or minus of x minus t. So how can you define this? This integral value is minus maximum of 0 comma x minus t. Then it means that whichever is maximum, that value will be taken. Okay. If 0 is big, then that value will be taken. Otherwise, x minus t will be taken. Minus of x minus t will be taken. Okay. So this value is not, its integral value is not fixed. It will take any one of these value, whichever is maximum, that value will be taken. Hope this is clear. Now in the same way, we have to calculate 0 to x plus t g of s ds. But how g of s is defined? G of s takes the value 1 if s is negative, it takes the value 1 if s is positive, takes the value 0 if it is negative. Also here we have x plus t. So we don't know what is this x plus t. So if x plus t is positive, this will take the value 1. If x plus t is negative, it will take the value 0. So if x plus t is positive, we have g of s takes the value 1. So when you integrate, you will get x plus t. If x plus t is negative, it will take the value. So we have to write like this, and it will take the value 0. So this is 0. So again, integral of this is maximum of x plus t and 0. So 0, among 0 and x plus t, whichever is bigger, that value will be the value of this integral. So it means that our function u is defined like this. We have substituted in the D'Alembert solution. It is minus half maximum of 0 comma x minus t plus half maximum of 0 comma x plus t. So we note that the initial condition is not smooth. because it is not smooth only at the point 0. At all other points it is smooth. Also, the characteristic meet the singularity of the initial condition. So what is the characteristic? Characteristic are x plus or minus t. So the points were x plus or minus t equal to 0. It means that x equal to t, x equal to minus t. X equal to t, x equal to minus t. These are the characteristics. Now what happens at t equal to 0? We see that at t equal to 0, u of xt becomes minus half maximum of 0 comma x plus half maximum of 0 comma x. These two get cancelled, so it is 0. So at t equal to 0, solution u is 0. Now we have to find at t equal to 1 and t equal to 4. So at t equal to 1, what we are getting? U of x comma 1 is minus half maximum of 0 comma x minus 1 plus half maximum of 0 comma x plus 1. Mark it as equation number 1. Now we will evaluate this. Now we can see x minus 1, it is a forward wave which has moved 1 unit to the right, and x plus 1 is a backward wave which has moved 1 unit to the right. To the left. Okay. Now support we will find. Support of the forward wave x minus 1. Its support is set of all points at which function takes non-zero value. It takes non-zero value if it is greater than or equal to 0. That's how the function is defined. So for x minus 1 greater than or equal to 0 implies x greater than or equal to 1. That is the interval 1 to infinity. So from 1 to infinity, this is the support of the forward wave. Now similarly we can find the support of the backward wave, and we will get it as closed interval minus 1 to infinity. So it is minus 1 to infinity. So the support of the solution u will be union of this. And what is the union of these two intervals? It is the interval minus 1 to infinity, closed interval. So support of the solution is the closed interval, so it is the interval minus 1 to infinity. Also, you can see their intersection is the interval minus 1, 1. Okay. U has a non-zero value in minus 1 to infinity. So we conclude that support is a point at which function has non-zero value. So u, support of u is minus 1 infinity. So u has non-zero value in the interval minus 1 infinity, and outside it, it is 0. Now intersection of the support is closed interval minus 1, 1, and here the solution is both have non-zero value here. Okay, at minus 1, 1, closed interval minus 1, 1 is the intersection of both support. It means that both the forward wave and the backward wave have non-zero value. So we will see what will be the solution. So when minus 1 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 1 in this interval, it means that x minus 1 is negative and x plus 1 is positive. Okay, from this we will get x less than or equal to 1 implies x minus 1 is less than or equal to 0. And x plus 1 is greater than 0. Okay, so what our u becomes? U at x1, if you substitute in equation A, we will get, since x minus 1 is less than 0, x minus 1 is negative, so here the maximum will be 0. And x plus 1 is positive, so here the maximum will be x plus 1. So you will get u at x1 equal to 0 plus half into x plus 1. So it is x plus 1 by 2. Now, what happens if x is less than minus 1? So u will be 0. If x is greater than 1, it will be, so we have to find this case. When x is greater than 1, what happens? X minus 1 is greater than 0 and x plus 1 is greater than 0. So in this case, u will be minus of x minus 1 by 2 plus x plus 1 by 2. So it will be 1. So it means that in the interval u of x1, if x is greater than 1, its value is 1. If x is less than minus 1, it is 0. And if x lies in closed interval minus 1, 1, its value is x plus 1 by 2. So we have drawn the figure here. This is x. So in minus 1 to 1, it is x plus 1 by 2. X plus 1 by 2. At 0, it takes the value half. So I have denoted here. For x greater than 1, it is 1 constant. For x less than minus 1, it is 0. Okay, so this is the graph. So we did for t equal to 2. Now in the same way, we have to do for t equal to 4. Now for t equal to 4, Again, we have x minus 4 and x plus 4 as a characteristic. So support of the forward wave is the interval closed at 4, open at infinity. Support of the backward wave is minus 4 infinity. So support of the solution u will be minus 4 infinity. So u has a non-zero value in minus 4 infinity, and outside this interval u vanishes. Now intersection of this support is closed interval minus 4, 4. So in this intersection we have to find the value of u. In this intersection we have x minus 4 is less than 0 and x plus 4 is greater than 0. So it means that u at x comma 4, you have to substitute in equation A. So the first maximum there will become 0, and here you will get x plus 4 by 2. So it is this is the formula for u at x4. Okay, you have to substitute here, not in equation A. So maximum is x plus 4, x plus 4 by 2 you will get. Now if x is less than minus 4, you will get u equal to 0. If x is greater than 4, you have x minus 4 is greater than 0 and x plus 4 is greater than 0. So u at x4 will be, again here you will get minus of x minus 4 by 2, plus from here you will get x plus 4 by 2. So it will be 4. So this is the nature of u of x comma 4. It is 0 for x less than minus 4, x plus 4 by 2 in the interval minus 4 comma 4, and 4 for x greater than 4. So we have drawn, we draw the graph. So we have drawn the graph we got for t equal to 0 and t equal to 4. Now we will draw everything in one graph. So again we will take this as p and u, and this is x. So this line corresponds to t equal to 0. At t equal to 0, solution u is 0. So this is the line x equal to t, x equal to minus t, characteristics. At t equal to 1, this is the graph, this blue one. At t equal to 4, again this is the graph. Okay, so you have to see the graphs clearly how we have drawn here. Okay, t equal to 1 we have drawn it separately. We are embedding all this into a one graph. So this is a graphical method by which we can solve the Cauchy problem.